Good day, everyone. At this moment, before we begin our discussion today, I brought an object with me. Can you see it clearly? Yes. And can anyone tell me what this object is? Okay, Milan? Yes, it is a balance scale. How about you, Muan? Yes, it is used to measure the weight. How about you, Deacon? Yeah, it symbolizes justice. Excellent observation, class. A balance scale is commonly associated with justice, fairness, equality, and also responsibility. It reminds us that every decision we do should be balanced and impartial. Now, I want to show you the both sides of the scale. Now, imagine if I place a heavy object on only one side, what happens, students? Okay? The gunan? Yes, it is become and balance. Exactly, class. When one side becomes heavier, the balance is also lost. It also the same thing happen in assessment class. If teachers becomes unfair, dishonest or irresponsible assessment becomes unbalanced and students also lost trust to their teacher. Today, we will learn about the ethical principles in assessment and we will use this balance scale to help us understand why these principles are essential. Today, we're going to discuss the ethical principle in confidentiality. Now, on the first ethical principle is confidentiality. Confidentiality means that protecting students' personal information, grades, and assessment results. Now, if one of your teachers announce your examination score in front of the whole school, how would you feel, Milan? Of course, many of us will feel embarrassed or uncomfortable. That is why teachers have the responsibility to keep students' records private. What teachers should do: keep grades confidential, discuss results privately, and protect students' records and also respect students' privacy. Let's say, for example, class, instead of saying Maria received the lowest score in the class, the teacher should privately talk to Maria and help her improve. And when teachers protect confidentiality, they keep what? Yes, Milan. They keep balance and trust. The second ethical principle is fair. Assessment practices, which is, can you see this balance scale? Now, the opposite, sige. Now, our second principle is fair assessment practices. Notice how the balance become even. This reminds us that every learner deserves equal treatment. Now, I have a question to you. Should teachers give easier tests only to their favorite students? Yes, Dagunan, what can you say about that? Yes, it is very no. Should everyone be graded using the same standards? It is yes or no? Yes, it is. It is yes. What teachers should do: use one rubrics for everyone and give clear instruction, and also avoid favoritisms, give equal opportunities, and consider students' learning needs fairly. Do you agree with that? Yes, it is. So good to have a teachers like that considering the needs of others. Now, example, if everyone submits the same project, everyone should be graded using the same criteria, of course. And that is the second principle of the ethical of assessment. Now, let us move on to our third ethical principle, which is the academic integrity. The third principle is academic integrity. Now, integrity means honesty. What comes to your mind when you hear the word honesty? Very, very good. Academic integrity means students complete their own work honestly, while teachers also record grades honestly and also accurately. Teachers should what? The teacher should do: prevent cheating, encourage original work, grade honestly, become role models of honesty, since the teacher are considered as the role model for their students. Let's say, for example, if a student cheats during the examination, the teacher should handle the situation what? The teacher should handle it fairly according to the school policies. And if the balance remains steady, then honesty is practice. Now let us move on to our fourth ethical principle. Now, try to look at this. Did you notice what I did? Now, before making a decision, carefully look at both sides. This represents ethical decision making. Teachers often face situations where they must decide what is right and not, and what is easiest. Teachers should do what? Think carefully, consider students' welfare, follow school policies, make unbiased decision. Let's say, for example, a teacher gives appropriate accommodation to a learner with special needs while ensuring the assessment still measures the intended learning outcomes. And now, who among you here can give me another example? Yes, Katubis? Very good. That really shows the academic accountability and also integrity. Now let us move on to our last ethical principles of assessment, and that is the last one is professional responsibility. Now, our final principle is professional responsibility. Notice how I am holding the balance carefully. Just like this class, teachers carry an important responsibility. Teachers should prepare quality assessment. And teachers should do. The teacher should check papers carefully, give timely feedback, records grades accurately, continue improving professionally. And also what? And also treat learners with respect. Let's say, for example, a responsible teacher returns quizzes on times and explains mistakes so students know how to improve. That is our last ethical principle. Now, class, after our discussion, this balance scale reminds us that ethical assessment is not only about giving tests or assigning grades. It is about respecting learners, being fair, acting with honesty, making wise decisions, and fulfilling our responsibilities as professional teachers. And as future educators, let us remember that every assessment we give should help students grow, build their confidence, and reflect fairness. When we uphold these 5 ethical principles, we create a classroom where every learner feels respected, valued, and motivated to succeed. That's all. Thank you, and thank you for listening.